What is up, people? We're back at another property tour. We are in Vienna and we have a beautiful property for you to see today. This is a 5-bedroom, 6-bath property, and I think you're really gonna love the flooring on the main level, and they have some beautiful stairs that we're gonna go see once we get inside, right? So let's walk on in. What's nice about this property, you do have a 2 parking pad, potentially 3 parking pad driveway with your 2-car garage. I also want to thank the listing agent on this property.
We want to thank the listing agent, 𝗃𝗗𝗏 with Pearson Smith, for allowing us to tour this property this afternoon.
All right, so let's come on inside. So you only have 3 steps up to your front porch. And before we even get in, we're already starting to see some details here that really make this property stand out. In addition to having a very welcoming front door, right, with the glass inserts here, you also have the more modern lighting. And I love when they're starting to do this new trend with this wood on the ceiling here. All right, so let's get inside. All right, so before we begin, my name is Abraham Walker with 𝗬𝗏 Walker, your Northern Virginia real estate agent, and I'm going to be your tour guide for this lovely home here. If you're in the market to either buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, there is a link in the description to the Perfect Home Questionnaire. Fill out that form and we will schedule a time to meet online via Zoom to answer any and all of your questions. With that out the way, let's start the tour. So before we kind of walk in, look at these floors here. These are some of the most interesting floors we will probably see on tour thus far. I like how they've framed this area, even though we have a really open layout here. This touch right here will, in addition to bringing some interesting details to your living space, it also protects your wood floors. So in these 2 million plus homes, I would say even like 1.75 and above, usually we see real hardwood floors on the main level and the bedroom level. This front door, whenever you have moisture coming in, it could damage those floors. And this is a nice little touch to kind of add some protection. And also it makes it interesting, right? So it's like its own space here.
I think it defines the space. I think that in a lot of times you're gonna find a foyer as soon as you walk into these homes. And since this one kind of opens immediately into the property, this defines that space where you're entering the home.
And so let me give you an idea what the layout is. So as soon as we walk in the front door, to the right here, we have your stairs that go both upstairs and downstairs. Then we have your dining room, we have your living room, we have like a little breakfast nook or eat-in kitchen area. We have your kitchen area right behind here. And then these 2 doors here, we have your coat closet, which if you check out the floors there, they continue the tile in this coat closet as well. And then this door here is actually your powder room. So go peek in there. You could walk through the powder room and go into the hallway that brings you from the garage. We'll see that space when we come off of the kitchen area, and we'll spend a little bit more time in this bathroom once we get on the other side of the property. So let's look at this dining room here. So this dining room is really nice in the sense that right now they have an 8-top. These are more modern, sleek design chairs, not much room for you to have like a little elbow rest. So if you wanted to, you could definitely fit an 8-top with the larger chairs, or you can go with the same modern chairs, get another leaf in this table, and you can have a 10-top. And I love what they've done with wallpaper in this property. So I think this is also the first property we've toured that has wallpaper. So there's wallpaper here, and then we're gonna see some more wallpaper upstairs. So there is like a little pass-through right here into the living area. I also like these windows. I love the black trim, and it's a very nice design, very nice design. I'm almost like torn, like if we lived here, would we even want to put curtains up? Yes, you have your neighbors there, you want to keep them out, but also curtains would kind of take away from how clean these windows look. And so now we're in the living space here. And so as you can see, the living room or your great room connects to your eat-in kitchen, and then you have your kitchen there. So it's a nice seamless design. What I like about this space is that you have this, not necessarily a traditional fireplace, so it's much more of a modern design fireplace, and you have this really sleek design here as far as the fireplace wall. You could put a TV up here, so you already see the plugs, and you have the cover right there, so you could have your HDMI cables and whatnot. This fireplace does allow you to change the colors since it's not a traditional fireplace. So if you have a favorite color in mind, you could do all kind of things with this. Some people like it, some people, they prefer a traditional fireplace. So with this particular layout here, I'm always a fan of these sliding doors here when both doors slide open, and it allows you to have like this seamless transition from inside to outside here, right? So you have a modest step down into your screened in porch area, and check out the ceiling height in this space here. You have a flat-ish backyard, but with this space here, this would definitely be like a 3 seasons room. If you wanted to, you could probably turn into a 4 seasons room if you had some type of heating element in here. What's really nice about this property is that you have this screened in porch area, but also you have a sizable porch that's not screened in, which is where you'll probably put your gas grill, your smoker, your charcoal grill if you're into grilling in general, and also the door that accesses the part that is not screened in is right off of the kitchen, so it makes it a seamless transition for anybody who's bringing in a lot of smoked meats and stuff like that from the kitchen. All right, so let's come on in here. It's very likely that this is going to be your main table that you eat at, right? I love circular tables in general. I love when we're able to fit them into spaces like this, or when we're able to see them in spaces like this. And this is most likely going to be where most of your meals are had. This is probably going to be the place where when your kids are small and they're doing their homework, this is probably going to be that homework spot, because you probably want to keep an eye on them while you're working in the kitchen. Now, this door over here is actually your pantry for your kitchen. So it's a step-in pantry. Because we have these high ceilings, you have a lot of opportunities to store a lot of your appliances and whatnot. But this is probably the main staple of this main level here, which is this kitchen. And Crystal was doing some research on this particular stone. So this is not quartz.
Yeah, this is actually quartzite. And so a lot of people think that quartz is a natural stone, but most quartz, as far as what you find in homes, is actually going to be a composite of resin and ground quartz. And quartzite is actually natural stone. So this is just a much higher quality than what you're going to find when you're looking at a home with just quartz counters.
Come see these details right here in the stone right over here. It's like a little story that's being told, right?
Yeah, and the nice thing they did was they actually continued it up the wall as well.
Yes.
So you don't have a lot of grout lines, really seamless.
So we have a really nice sized kitchen sink with a great view. So you got the little ones playing in the yard there. You can keep an eye on them while you're washing dishes, preparing vegetables and whatnot. Or when you're just washing dishes, you don't have little ones in this, you can just zone out while you're washing, right? Nice size sink here. We have our dishwasher here. We got our Lazy Susan over here. Not sure why she's lazy, but that's kind of what the name is, right? I love when we have drawers for our pots and whatnot. And then we have this Z-Line 5-burner cooktop right here with a nice size oven. You can fit almost 2 turkeys in there. I love this vent hood. I haven't seen a black vent hood in a while. And I also like how, in addition to having the tile on the backsplash, so they continued it, so it's seamless, they also continued it behind this vent hood. So when you are building a property, you want to have tile up here by the vent hood, because what's going to happen is all that grease and stuff is going to kind of come around the vent hood. And a lot of our clients dislike when they just have sheetrock or paint up there.
It's hard to clean.
It is, it is. So we have our microwave right here, and then we have our fridge, and then a freezer below. And as you can see, we have plenty of cabinets all throughout. This island, again, this is a 4-top island. If you have like the more sleek chairs here, Probably a 3-top if you get something where the chairs have arms on them. And so here's that hallway that we mentioned at the beginning to take you to the garage. I love when builders put on pocket doors or install pocket doors. It's really a sign of their superior craftsmanship because pocket doors, they're wonky. If you don't install them correctly, they wobble. So the way this one is designed, you can tell that the builder really likes their work. And then look at the floors again. Again, they have done a great job with mixing up the floors, and we're actually gonna see some different flooring all throughout this space here. So we have the powder room, which is really a full bathroom with a shower right here. Then behind me is the garage door. And then off to this side, this is your office. I like the placement of this office. It gives you a lot of privacy, right? It gives you a large window as well. You probably, if you have a large desk like this, yes, you could definitely set up this way, but most likely I would go with a smaller desk, have your have your chair right here, and then probably mount a TV or have some bookshelves on this opposite wall over here. And so then we have the garage. And again, look at that, pocket doors again, really nice touch. So in our garage, it's a 2-car garage. There was somebody that mentioned on our last video, they didn't see where the plug was for your EV? Yep. So we're just starting to see this as being a standard for most of these new builds right now. Right, so I apologize for not pointing that out previously. But as you can see, you have a nice 2-car garage. Also, because of the ceiling height, you could definitely get some storage options up top. All right, so that's everything on the main level. Let's just go outside and see this backyard. So again, I mentioned you have your kitchen right here. You have the door, the single door that takes you straight out to the deck that's not enclosed. So this is really where you would have your gas grill. You only have 2 steps down to your backyard, and the backyard is relatively flat. Like there is some ups and downs in here, but it is still relatively flat compared to some of the other offerings.
It's a nice sized lot too. This is just under a 1/4 acre.
Yeah, so even though you have that street that could be seen as busy, when we're back here, I don't hear much noise at all. And so we do have a walk-up basement, which we'll see when we get upstairs. So let's go to the bedroom level. Since we got to the bedroom level, we can now take a look at these beautiful stairs. I mean, look at this. This is just a gorgeous little masterpiece right here. They have this spiral LED light. I love the ceilings for this double height ceiling right here with the windows. This is super cool.
I love the stairway, floating stairs, and then with glass inlays instead of rails. This is a really nice staircase.
Also, they have these cool little lights right here too. These little strip lights in the wall. Very nice, very nice. All right, so let's count these stairs. 1, 2, 17, 18. Okay, so now we are on the bedroom level. And before we start on the bedroom level, I just want to let you all, or ask you all, to subscribe to the channel and like this video, right? The likes will allow us to get this video to other people who are looking for properties like this. So before we begin on the bedroom level, look at this cool lighting fixture, right? What a staple piece in this home. So you get to benefit from it from either the main living level or on the bedroom level. So the way the layout of upstairs works is you have 3 bedrooms. So you have a laundry room before you enter into the owner's suite. So I mentioned downstairs that there is another place where some wallpaper is located, and this is it right here. So I like that they have almost added like an accent wall on the bedroom level. We also have a really nice landing right here. So you don't just go straight into a hallway that brings you into bedrooms. It's like a nice little relaxing space.
Also, I want to point out how this builder really paid attention to detail. The wallpaper goes all the way, even on this left side here, on the other side of the doorway.
Very nice touch, very nice touch. So here is the largest of the guest bedrooms on this level. So we're at the front of the property. We have these gorgeous windows right here. Very nice touch. We even have a second window, and then we have the full bath here. So Crystal's gonna peek in there. And the other 2 guest bathrooms have tubs. This is the one that has a shower, and look at that towel work. Very nice touch. I also like these mirrors that have the light already in them. And then we have your closet here. Nice size closet, step in. Because of the ceiling height, you could definitely do some custom closets that will add to the storage. So now we're gonna go into bedroom number 2 here. So I would say bedrooms number 2 and 3 are similar in size. They're both on the left and right side of the property. You still have these really nice windows. You put a bed on this wall here, you put the TV on this wall here, and then we have your bathroom. And I misspoke, this bathroom also has a shower as well. I also love the towel work here as well. And again, we have a really nice sized closet here. So a step-in closet. Because of the ceiling height, we'll be able to get a lot of clothes in there. All right, so this is gonna be the third and final guest bedroom on this level here. Again, nice sized windows. We've already kind of put a few built-ins into that closet over there. And I think that this builder understands what buyers are looking for because there's a tub right here. One of the problems with having just showers in these bathrooms is that if you have little ones, especially if they're small, you're gonna need a tub to do your bath time activities with them.
Especially since most of the primary suites are gonna have higher like soaking tubs.
Yeah, and so here is the linen closet for the 3 bathrooms, your guest bathrooms, and then we have your laundry room. So we have the side-by-sides, and this is the largest utility sink I've ever seen on tour. I mean, this thing is massive, right? I love that they have some storage already in here as well.
And once again, unique
Yeah,
flooring.
look at that, the towel work.
Nice touch.
They must have definitely had somebody in their team that did a great job with towel. Okay, so now we're in the owner suite. So the way the owner suite works out, you have a decision as soon as you walk in. You can either go to this side here and go to the bedroom, or you can go to this side over here and you have your closets and your bathroom. So let's check out the bedroom first. Generous sized bedroom here. Of course, it's big enough to fit a king size bed, California king. Again, I like what they've done with the accent walls, right? So you have like this little milling work here on the wall. I like the tray ceilings as well. Yeah, it's really nice. And this, check out this window right here. Again, these windows are so nice. Like I would hate to put curtains on them, but of course you will.
No, there's a lot of tree cover.
There is, but I mean, I don't know if I want somebody being able to potentially stare at me when I'm
Getting ready for the day.
yeah, or just getting ready to go to sleep. So a really nice size space. I mean, you could definitely like make like a little sitting space off to the side over here. So you have your bed here, have your sitting space over here. If you wanted to, you could have your Peloton in here. I know some people like to have a Peloton in their bedroom so they could jump right on. So we have 2 closets, right? So this first closet over here is going to be the largest of the 2, and this builder's already put some shelving in, so you could definitely start using this space. And if you wanted to get it customized, you don't necessarily have to worry about it just being a blank canvas. And then this closet here is for the person who doesn't have that much of a shopping addiction, right? You have a couple shelves right here. So if you want to go dresser free, you have the shelves right here. Now in the bathroom, we went with these larger tile on the floor here. I love this. Haven't seen this in too many builds. And we have our double vanity. We have our makeup station right here. And look at this. This plug is in the perfect place for your makeup station. The only thing I would add, so if we have any builders watching these videos, and I know we do, let's start putting a plug right down here, right? So we need a plug here and a plug right there at the bottom there. So instead of having a linen closet in this owner suite, we have 2 pantry type cabinets on the wall there. And then we have your shower, right? So we have the rain head shower right there, and then we have like the body wash right here. And I love when they put this little wand thing right by the bench so you could wash while you're sitting down. Then we have our command center right there. Nice full-size toilet. And what would a owner's bath be without a gorgeous window right here. I also like this light fixture as well. So that is it for the bedroom level. So let's go to the basement level. All right, so we're back on the main level, and the stairs to the basement are located right underneath the stairs to the bedroom level. All right, so let's count these stairs. 1, 2, 15, 16. All right, now we're on the basement level. So we just came down these stairs here. Let me give you a layout of the land here, right? So we have storage, utility room, and then we have like this flex space, and then we have like a flex room, not necessarily a bedroom, and then we have a bedroom and a bathroom over here. So let's go explore. There's really not much to see in here. It's just storage underneath the stairs over here. So Crystal will just peek in there, right? And then we have your utility room. This is one of the cleanest utility rooms I've ever seen. I like what they've done with the expansion tank here. So very nice. So now we have your flex space. So with this flex space, you really have 1, 2, 3 different opportunities to kind of set up different spaces here. Of course, we have this defined bar. I like how they've gone with the same wood that's on the exterior and on the fireplace here to kind of have some cohesion. I love that they've gone with a black stone, so it's not too matchy-matchy in this property here. So that tells us that this builder has an eye for design here. I like the flow of this too. So too often what they would have done is they would actually close this off and it would have been like a galley style bar area, but I like that you could just flow in and out of here. This is a really nice touch. And then we have your beverage chilling station right here. Gorgeous sink as well. And you just have plenty of storage, right? So when we walk through, again, you have 1, 2, 3 different living spaces. I like the windows that are over here that bring in some natural light as well. Even though there's a lot of new construction properties on this block, and this is the neighboring house is new construction, so it's going to be a little bit taller. You can already see that you're still able to get some sunlight into this space. So the next thing we have is we have your bathroom for this level. So you have an access point to this bathroom here, and then also from this bedroom here. And again, we're continuing with those tile on the floors. Now, this room looks dark, but it's not. There is another light in here, but this light is attached to the vent fan. So we just didn't turn it on because, you know, we're recording the video, right? And then we have your bedroom on this level. We got my bag over here. I gotta make sure I remember to get it. And generous sized bedroom. You can either put the bed on this wall right here. I've even seen some people put it on the window. In this scenario, I would advise against putting the bed on this wall right here because you need to be able to get out in the event of an emergency. We have a generous sized closet right here as well. So we have a double door closet, 1 rod. Because of the ceiling height, you could definitely do some built-ins right there. I've seen built-ins for closets like this where you'll have a rod up and down, and then you have some shelves right here in the middle. So you have a lot of options right there.
There's also access to the guest bathroom through this door.
So here is the door to the bathroom. And then the last room is more like some flex space here. So you do have a door that takes you to, this is your door for your walk up to the basement. So it kind of restricts the space just a little bit, but you still have a generous amount of space. So maybe you can make this into an exercise room. Maybe you can make it into a theater room. You just have to get some blackout curtains for that door there. But again, really nice space. And that is our tour. So if you have any questions about this property or any other property on the market right now, and you're looking for a great real estate agent, my name is Abraham Walker with Ask A Walker, your Northern Virginia real estate agent. So there is a link in the description to the Perfect Home questionnaire. Fill out that form and we will schedule a time to meet online via Zoom. Let us know what you think about these tours, and also let Crystal know how great of a job she did as the camera operator here. And we will see you in the next video. Peace.